Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see you. Sorry I have been away for so long. It has been a nightmare to try to get everything ready and straightened out for my family. It seems like that never goes away. But I am here to show you guys what I've been doing with my mega planner. This is a plan with me. I'm finally doing it and I kind of got it done on time. Sorry it's not done on Sunday, which is the day I usually do my planning, but I'm trying to get into the habit of doing plan with me, so please bear with me. And I will be showing you guys what's inside of my Mega-Dori very soon. Again, it is in my Etsy store, but I'm also going to do a tutorial because I feel like everybody should be able to just do this kind of stuff by themselves. Why buy it when you can do it yourself? And for the people who are really just not crafty, I can understand putting it in my Etsy store. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys how I plan for the week. So I wanted to start off by showing you guys what I did for March, and I started off by preparing for the spring quarter, seeing as how March is the transition between winter and spring, by preparing for spring. So this is where I started. I just kind of wrote out some things that I wanted to do. I had a little window from the last plan with me that I did, and I was trying to do some tracking. But my theme for this month was the Lorax, particularly the truffula trees, because I loved the colors and I wanted to do something tree related this spring, but I wanted to do something really colorful too. So as you see, these are all the things that I did last month. These are all of my goals. This was my habit tracker. I did pretty okay with it. About halfway through the month I stopped though, which is pretty particularly usual for me with my trackers. But I have to say I absolutely love how the weeks turned out. I really and particularly liked this page. It was from a magazine. I use everything from everywhere, and I saw this when I was about to throw away the magazine, and I was like, I could use that in my planner. Isn't it beautiful? It just reminds me of my front page that I have where I can just go and kind of clear my head for when I'm planning. So these are my dailies. I absolutely love incorporating faith and just all kinds of colors into my planning. I forgot where I got this idea from. It was in somebody's TN or traveler's notebook as a cover, but I was like, I want something like that in my mega planner, so I just drew this out. And these are just kind of weeklies and dailies as I'm going through. This was Women's Day, so I decided I wanted to draw out some women, a little girl, some strong women. And then I went on ahead and did some more dailies. I love truly just drawing things out is so satisfying sometimes, but using pictures is or stickers is nice too. And this is when Stephen Hawking died. I was so sad because I just started kind of tuning into him and listening to his messages and his books and such, but I'm a child of learning. I love learning the opposition as well as what's supposed to be learned. So this is a week that I really liked. It was like the first week of spring, I believe, and I really like how it turned out. I had all of the things I wanted done. It was really the week that I started exploring my planner and really just kind of doodling around. I started doing the boho berry challenge. I started doing a doodle challenge as well, and I really like the fact that it really gave me some extra things to do, especially the flowers this month, because it was the transition to spring. And so this is where I ended. This is now April. The spring quarter has started, so I just went ahead and created a quarterly area. I loved this picture. It was on Instagram. It's been circulating around. It was a painting that was done by, I believe it was Autism Mama, and I really liked it, so I did my own version. I used lions instead of elephants, and I really like it. As far as this quarterly tracking page, I really need to redo this. I'm very upset with how I did it, so I'm going to try to do it over. And then I have my quarterly overview. This just pulls out And I really like it because it gives me a chance to look at the entire quarter, create goals and, lists that pertain to the entire quarter. And it pulls out so I can have my quarter overview. I have my place where I can make lists. I have a place where I can write down the events that are occurring within the entire quarter. And then I have a place to track social media, particularly Instagram, because I've been working on this social media outlet mostly recently, simply because I felt like it's actually a good social media site to really push forward with my YouTube channel as well. And then on this side, I just have a place for quotes, and I really liked it because it was a Dr. Seuss quote, and I'm really doing that for spring a lot lately. So I thought it was perfect because the puzzle piece is autism, and they don't always fit in every crowd, so you just kind of have to find out where they fit. So that was my theme this month, puzzle pieces. And as you can see, I'm not really using my monthly for anything except for future planning, which kind of sucks because I like seeing that entire monthly overview. But I have a place for my April goals, which I haven't fully written in yet because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do this month as far as my goals. I haven't even come up with quarter goals, sort of, but not entirely. And I haven't caught up with my doodle challenge either. And over here, I just have where I'm supposed to be keeping my monthly lists, but I haven't written those out either because I don't really have to do anything else. I've already done my to-buys and whatnot. And over here, I just have my mood tracker, which is filling in a puzzle piece a day. And then I had an April tracker that I was going to try to keep up with stuff, but that didn't really seem to work out because I kind of wanted to do it on a weekly basis. I was supposed to be doing a line a day here. I wanted to color it in or paint it in, but I haven't gotten my paints out, so I just didn't do it. And then I have here where I'm going to do a gratitude log. As you see, I've done puzzle pieces. And this is controversial in itself. A lot of people didn't want to like this on my Instagram simply because it was something that most people don't like seeing. I mean, my children do stuff like this all the time because they all have autism, and so I wanted to bring that out into my art. My son is constantly holding his ears closed because he hates loud noises, and that's true to a lot of autistic kids, which is why I drew it twice. They like to line up things and look at them from different angles. Some autism kids are in wheelchairs. A lot of autism kids can only communicate through pointing and gestures. A lot of them like spinning. So I really wanted to incorporate all of that into my planner as well as my channel because it is a big part of my life, and a lot of the community's lives are involved in autism as well. So it's important to know what's going on in your life because somebody may have autism one day. So here is the first week of April, and I really like how it turned out. The puzzle pieces were fun, and like I said, I'm doing a doodle challenge, so it was really fun to incorporate the doodle into the page itself. It really made it come alive. It really gave it some meaning, and I just found that to be fascinating. So it was something that I liked doing, and apparently my Instagram followers agreed because they absolutely loved this page, and I got quite a few followers on that day because of this page. So I'm going to try to mimic doing that for the most part throughout my weeks and dailies. But as you can see, the next day, after all of that wonderfulness, I couldn't think of anything to top it, so I immediately faltered. But I skipped the rest of the week and went to the next week because I found that it was a little bit more beneficial for me to just go ahead and move on. So I got this week written out. I loved my mermaids. A lot of my Instagram followers loved my mermaids, and I loved the mermaids. I am a mermaid. I don't care what anybody says. Wait till I touch water. Anyway, so here is my week and how it went. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff done, and I notice I get way more stuff done when I actually write everything out. And as you can see, my dailies are pretty full. I stopped on Friday, as you see, but as for now, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to be writing out this week. So here are a few of the wonderful tools that I use. I've got highlighters, I've got a gold marker, my brush tips are my absolute favorites. I got those from Walmart. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna go for here at this point, so I'm just freelancing at this stage in planning. Here are some of the stickers and sticky notes that I have that I probably want to try to use, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start off. First, I used some of the mermaid scale washi tape, and I'm kind of just gonna, Bob Ross it here. I'm just gonna stick a nice little sticky note up here. And there's a sticker to put in there. Nobody likes a little shy corner, so let's add a little funk in. Let's put another sticky note so we can figure out what it is that we do and don't want to forget today, and the next day, and the next day. And I'm going to add some very, very nice stickers here. These I got from Michael's, and I also got some from Dollar Tree. They were really, really fun to work with. I have some silver ones I'll be using a little later. We're going to draw a nice friendly box here. Make sure that we add a little shadowing. There's nothing wrong with a little shadowing. It helps every little aspect of the picture when you add in some. Let's go ahead and add a couple of swirls in here to give us a sense of a title. We're just going to go ahead and freelance here. Just add anything you want to do. So I want to add a little clam. Let's go ahead and put a clam type box here so I can have a little something more sea related to the page. I'm going to add another little swirl here. Okay, I'm gonna stop, y'all. Well, I must say, if you cannot laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Anyway, you guys, I'm going to cut the Bob Ross thing. That is actually harder to do than I expected. So, I'm gonna come in with some stickers. Like I said, I was gonna probably use these before, and I really do like them, especially in underwater scenes, so I'm probably going to try to incorporate an underwater scene in as well, because I have several categories of boxes that I need in order to accomplish an entire week properly. And that varies from things like the weather, cleaning, just different things that I know are going to happen throughout the month or the week, since that's what I'm working on. Now I'm going to fill in some of those boxes. I also, of course, want to do my to-dos. I want to have my calls, I want to have events, and I want to have things that I'm waiting for right next to anything that I'm doing for the week. So as you can see from the previous week, I did a lot of the same that I'm going to be doing this current week. I do want to put my weekly overview here, so I'm going to have a box for each day that occurs this week, and that's going to be on the next page. But for the meantime, I have these sticky notes that I got from the Target Dollar Spot. They're weekly stickers, and they have boxes or bubbles created for themselves, so I figured this would be great for tracking. And here is where I'm going to use these awesome rhinestone stickers. They're pretty much like sticker, I guess washi, but it's rhinestones, and they're really useful because you can actually break them apart and use them individually. But here's where I'm using sticky notes to just kind of write in each day of the week, and I'm just doing a quick, as you can imagine, without having to use a calligraphy pen, calligraphy. So that's pretty much how I did every single day. Each week, day of the week was very simple, took a couple of minutes, but I went on ahead and just did it for each day of the week. And then on the back of this day, I went on ahead and created a giant seashell or clamshell, and I'm just gonna have my weekly notes here because I found that I am constantly needing to brain dump, and I don't want it to necessarily go into my big brain dump where I keep everything that's random. I just wanted a place for weekly brain dump, where I can just kind of spill my guts out on the day or on a sticky note and put it somewhere where I'll be able to find it within that week. So that's what that's for. And on this next page, I am going to do my weekly lists. So these are just going to be a bunch of doodled boxes that I'm going to write out all the things that I need to get done And of course I want to stick to my underwater theme. This is where you can get really creative. You can make any type of box you can think of. You can start doodling. Quite frankly, anything you please is up for this part of the planning process. And so I'm just coloring everything in. I've got pretty much a sign within a treasure chest. It's gonna say something like about the treasure not being there, and that you have to find your own treasures in life or something of that nature. And then the rest of it I have just drawn out according to this list that I have written out on a sticky note, and I just have this cloud over it to be able to just kind of use this sticky note over and over and over again. But it is see-through, it's translucent, and I got it from Daiso. And I just have a bunch of different things that I want to be able to put my boxes as, you know, pretty much. Wow, none of that made sense. Okay, I'm gonna start over. So I have this list specifically to list out all the things I want these boxes to have within them. Oh, that's much better. So this is my week, and I can keep that there, and I also have a page that I have in my planner where I actually put all these sticky notes to keep them and, you know, just reuse them over and over again. And so this is that underwater scene I was talking about that I kind of wanted to do. And I don't worry too much about making mistakes. You can always go back and correct them. So I am just creating this underwater scene. I want a rock, I want some kelp, and that's what I'm just drawing in here. I have a light green, and then I'm using a dark green to color that in. And then I'm creating boxes to finish off the list that I have. I only have 3 more boxes I need to create, so that's what I'm doing here. Afterwards, I just add in some shadowing, and I'm just going to add in color. The yellow is for the seafloor, and I really love this brush tip color yellow. It really is a different kind of yellow, and it really makes a difference. And I'm just using a blue highlighter to kind of color in a little bit of blue in the background, as well as the bubbles that I have here. And like I said, I'm going to be using stickers as well, so I can add things as I go throughout this entire process, the entire week, and I can always add things. That's what I love about planning and using just, you know, average paper and going through and doing it myself, because I don't have a set template to follow, so to speak. I can just do my own thing, and that's what I encourage anybody and everybody to do, because you're not wasting. You can use what you have, and you can just create as you go. It's always fun to do that. And so I'm going to go ahead and add a few more embellishments here and there. But I'm also going to show you the overview, because I'm going to keep adding, I'm going to keep doing, I'm going to keep drinking my tea and doing my thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So thank you everyone for watching, and just in case you guys are wondering, I didn't cut my hair, it shrinks out for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my Mega-Dori planner video that's coming up next. And I will see you guys then. Stay meticulous.